Okay, quick explanation here. Recently, I've been traveling out of the country and I did my first ever stand-up set outside of America in Auckland, New Zealand. It went great, but unfortunately, we messed up the video recording and we only got the last minute and a half on video and in low quality video at that. Luckily, we did also have an audio recording of the whole set. So in order to prevent this video from being like 5 minutes of black screen and then jarringly cut to visuals, I've edited in B-roll of just scenic footage around New Zealand. So enjoy this weird combo stand-up routine / pseudo travel log.
Hello, Auckland, New Zealand! Folks, I'm excited to be here and get all dressed up because as of this moment, I'm officially an internationally performing comedian. This is his first time seeing me perform live after supporting my comedy for months. So I'm going to need you all to do me a favor and laugh a lot so he doesn't realize what a mistake that is. All right, doing great. So it's thanks to him I'm here. Back in December, my dad reached out to me and said, hey, do you want to go to New Zealand with me for 3 weeks? And of course I said, are you insane? 3 weeks on another continent with my boomer father who's never met an accent he hasn't tried to imitate poorly. But you know, he's actually been really good, hasn't tried to do a Kiwi accent until this afternoon. We made it 3 days, so I had to rewrite this joke, so thanks for that, Dad. 3 weeks is a really long time though for me. Like, I legit had reservations, because I'm a creature of habits. I like my familiar surroundings and rituals. And I was excited for the trip, of course, but I was still kind of like, nervous to go. Part of me didn't want to until the day of my flight, which began at 5:30 in the morning with my apartment building catching fire. Then I needed some emergency dental work. And then after all that, Southern California served up one of its world-famous earthquakes. So I was like, you know what? Fuck familiar surroundings. Let's go to New Zealand. For the record, regarding the fire, no one got hurt. Everyone's fine. A couple apartments were smoke damage. The real only casualties were a few cars because it was contained entirely to the garage. The fire started because someone's electric car battery overheated and exploded. And when I tell people this, the first thing everyone asks is, so was it a Tesla? Which, says a lot about a lot of things, but honestly, I don't know. But I'm willing to say yes in the interest of blaming Elon Musk. So let's go with that. I think you guys. It is weird though, like the Tesla thing, just because I just find it so odd when you tell a bunch of different people a piece of information and they all respond the exact same way. Like, when I told folks I was going to New Zealand, the first thing almost all of them asked me is, so are you going on a Lord of the Rings tour? Which, look, I get it. The only thing most Americans know about New Zealand is that Lord of the Rings was shot here. I'm a nerd, my friends are all nerds, it's what they do if they came here, but I just hate being treated like it's a given that I'm going to do it because they're correct. Of course I'm going on a Lord of the Rings tour. It was the first thing I thought of when I knew I was coming to New Zealand. I've already got Hobbiton books for the end of the month. Can't wait. There was one other question I got sometimes, though, and this one was kind of weird because only 3 people said it, but the fact that more than one did is what gets to me. It's, did you know that New Zealand is more sheep than people? No, I didn't. Why are you telling me that? What am I supposed to do with this information? Smuggle a sheep back to the States? Because this may surprise you from how I look, but guys, I'm not sneaky. Like, what am I gonna do? Shove a sheep down my pants? Because that's not gonna work, okay? I may be fat, but I doubt the boys at Customs are gonna buy that I have a 3-foot thick ass and go, man, what a gas or 91 centimeters if you need that converted. Practicing this, I remember, but I don't know, it's a problem. All right, yeah. So it's just so weird, like the sheep thing, that this is what people know. Of all the tidbits you can know about another country, it's not about natural landmarks or the art scene or maybe Maori culture or even food. You know about an overabundance of sheep. Actually, I did have one friend who gave me a food recommendation, and it's the worst travel advice I could get. It was, when you're in another country, you gotta go to McDonald's and see the different stuff on the menu. First off, I don't eat at McDonald's back in America, okay? I hold myself to a higher standard, and that standard is called Burger King, and I will fight it. But secondly, I can't fucking do that even if I wanted to. An American going to another country and eating at McDonald's is literally the worst stereotype of the American traveler. I can't play into that. The rest of the world hates us enough already. And in the interest of softening your views of Americans, I'll just come out and say it. I didn't vote for Trump, okay? I voted against him all 3 times because I'm not racist or a misogynist or a homophobe or an easy mark for a con man. And I don't even want to talk about the motherfucker, but I feel like as an American going abroad, you have to let people know you're not one of those Americans. I feel like I should have just gotten a custom t-shirt printed and go around in it saying, please be nice to me, I voted for the black lady. Honestly, the only reason I didn't is because at the rate America is becoming a fascist dystopia, if I went back with that in my suitcase, they might just deport me back here. Which, honestly, might not be so bad. Like, here's the thing. However bad the news looks for you guys, imagine living it, and then remember we are only 3 months into a 4-year presidential term. We Americans have to go through this shit 15 more times. So yeah, the whole 3 weeks, oh no, I think I might just extend my stay anyway. Does anyone here have a couch I can crash on for the next 45 months? No volunteers? Makes sense. You've been great. I'm going to go beg for lodgings on the street. Thank you.